Hello. As I said, I'm going to do I'm going to do two DSP videos for the price of one. Uh, so here we go. We're going to talk. We're going to start off with this May 2016 Patreon announcement. This one I heard last night. Since I follow our good friend Dragon Killer, and I was really, really fucking surprised that his fans were so okay with this shit. Let's look at comments. I'm surprised he didn't disable comments. I was like, I went to bed thinking that by tomorrow morning these would be erased or disabled. Patreon give me money so I don't have to get a real job. Snort. Yeah, basically that's basically why he did that. No One Piece, Burning Blood. That's heavily multiplayer. I'd rather have fan appreciation game supported by Patreon than done free because things can become far more organized. No. This is dumb. Booked air conditioner mechanics. Whatever. Too bad that the 95% of others here don't agree with you. Well, there's a reason why people don't agree with him because that's fucking retarded. But let's see. It really seems to be a last-ditch effort to try to get real, pure fan interaction, like the idea. And it's kind of weird that at Drop of the Hut as a picture, so I'm kind of skeptical. I'm kind of scared that a Job of the Hut's here. The only downside is that I have been blocked by you on accident for trying to get into a game with you. I won't hate to lose. I would hate. Okay, I would hate. I read that as won't. I would hate to lose $5 over an accident again. Well, it's Phil. This guy. See, I don't understand why people love giving this guy money for stuff that they're getting ripped off for. I mean, I thought the Blizzard Marathon was garbage. This is the worst one. But then again, I sat there and was like, well, people were okay with the Project 7, Project 7, and what's it called? The Blizzard Marathon, whatever. Then they're okay with everything. They're okay with getting ripped off. So that's my idea. I think DSP's gimmick is ripping people off, and his fans love being ripped off. So there you go. I'm not like other YouTubers, except you are, and you use those supposed YouTubers, no names given, as shields when it comes to you being lazy and having no creative ideas. All the mindless patrons suck his dick in the comments. Go right ahead. Oh my god, this guy, he gets it. He gets it nail on the head. This guy knows. This guy knows what's up. Nuno Natural 89, you get my seal of approval. That's the best comment in this shitfest. Other than some of the stuff here, but I mean, come on. This guy was like okay with it. I mean, come on. Not to blame you. I know there are a lot of trolls, but sometimes you block the wrong guys. Well, whatever. Let's continue. Let's listen to this bullshit and get on our way.
What's going on, everyone? Phil here, and welcome to a video that normally I wouldn't make. Usually every single month when I update my Patreon page at patreon.com/darksidephil, I usually update the goal, and I kind of just maybe talk about it in a week in preview video, or I'll mention it on my pre-streams for a while. And just based off of that exposure, that's how people realize, oh, this is the monthly goal for this month if we hit the funding level, and it just goes down like that. All right, this month I'm doing it a little different. I'm making an individual video about the patron goal, and here's why. All right, in the past, I have done things such as multiplayer with viewers, fan appreciation is what I used to usually call it, and I still do it from time to time. It's not often, but when I do it, I make an honest effort to maybe put a day or two into it where I can get multiple sessions of gameplay with my viewers and fans, and we can jump into the latest releases and play multiplayer. And the bottom line is, I really feel the last few times that I did it, it didn't turn out well, Mostly because of a few reasons. Number one, because unfortunately you've got this really negative element of people out there who they just only get attention by trying to ruin stuff that I'm involved in. And that's unfortunate that there's people who literally the entirety of their existence and their being known on the internet is trying to basically stink up my stuff. And the last few times that I tried to do fan appreciation, you had people joining who were just fucking with the matches. They would get on the voice chat and they would say insane, insulting things. And people just generally, in regards to the fan appreciation that I did at the end of 2015, kind of said it wasn't very good. Not your fault, but it wasn't good because it wasn't a controllable situation. You had people coming in only to be dicks about it. And it really didn't turn out very well. We really wish that it had gone differently, but Phil has no control over it, so you just got to kind of shrug and say, oh well.
Yes, he does. Okay, see,
now this year,
he kind of brings it up in this video, which I'll get to later, but you could make private fucking lobbies. He's charging people to use a mode that was in every single game he has.
In 2016, there, up to about a few weeks ago, haven't really been many games with multiplayer aspects in them that I would even want to do multiplayer with anyone, quite honestly. The only game out of all the ones that really came out until maybe this past couple of weeks was Street Fighter V. And let's be honest, lobbies didn't even properly work in Street Fighter V for like 2 months after launch, so it wasn't even like there was a capability of doing anything with viewers up to that point, okay? So I've been thinking in the back of my head all the time. Number one, I'm looking for a new patron goal because the thing is, it's very difficult every month on Patreon to come up with a new goal level if I hit my funding goal. For those who don't know, my funding goal is $1,250, all right? And that is, the combined mass of all the contributions that I get over the course of a month. If I hit that amount, I do a special event. And events in the past have been indie game marathons where people who pledge a certain amount get to nominate and vote on indie games that I'll play in a marathon setting. Different other kinds of marathons. I've done rock band marathons. I've done classic platforming marathons such as Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. We had a Halloween special last year, which I haven't done a Halloween special in years. I finally got to do one in 2015. That was a lot of fun. I got a Halloween costume and dressed up for it and everything.
It was lazy Halloween costume.
So quite honestly, the patron goals have been quite successful. All right. Are they the biggest, most attended, viewed things ever? No. But for those who are really looking to have those goals happen, they've been very much appreciative of them, happening and going down and seeing this stuff happen and say, wow, my pledge directly influenced this event happening. That was my air conditioner going on, by the way, if you're wondering what that ambient noise is. So,
by the way, my fans are also
I want to make a special video to explain to everyone right now this month's new goal for the month of May 2016, how it's going to work, for clarification purposes, because I wouldn't want to just say, oh, here it is, and then I don't fully explain it and people are all confused and on the fence, especially because in the past, when I've done fan appreciation, it had nothing to do with Patreon. This is different, and I'm going to explain how and how I can control the event.
Wait. You did the, technically, back when you had the $75 perk to be in Project 7 or whatever holiday specials, he took the people that donated there and said, you get to be part of the multiplayer special that I'm doing. There you go. Well, whatever.
In this video, alright? So, the event is this, basically. If we hit the funding goal of $1,250 for this month, the month of May 2016, what I'm going to do is in late June or early July, it's either going to be like the last few days of June 2016 or early July 2016. Actually, it'll probably depend on feedback of people involved when most people would be available to participate in a multiplayer event, okay? Patrons who pledge $5 or more during May, so during this month, right now it's actually May 15th, the month ends on May 31st, so 16 days. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon by the end of this month, you will have the opportunity to play multiplayer with me in a marathon of multiplayer games that will take place during this event, okay? Now, the length of the event actually will be determined by how many people pledge. Because here's the thing, I wouldn't want 50 people to pledge $5 and the next thing you know, they don't all get to play with me. That wouldn't be fair. You know what I mean? Now, there's things that I can't control. For example, if someone lives on the other side of the planet and they try to get into my private match and it doesn't work, okay? That's one thing I cannot control. So in that regard, unfortunately, people do pledge and it doesn't work out. I apologize, but whatever is in my control to make this work, I want to make it work, okay? Now, first thing you might say is, okay, well, how's this going to work? First of all, what games are involved, okay? Well, number one, Street Fighter V. Okay, Street Fighter V is a no-brainer. It's the current fighting game that everyone's talking about and everyone's playing. They now have private lobbies that I can make, and I can set up either to play against individual matches, or we can have a rotating lobby with a few people in it.
Damn it.
Street Fighter V, first and foremost, absolutely is going to be on the list. Obviously on PlayStation 4. It doesn't matter, though, because that's cross-platform between PC and PS4, so it doesn't matter what version you have, okay? The next game on the list will be, sorry, I had it written down and I left it over at my desk like an idiot.
So if you don't have a PS4, fuck you.
Uncharted 4 on the PlayStation 4. Now, that game, I believe you could have up to, I think it's 8 or 10 players tops. So that would be cool. That way I can have many people into the lobby, okay? And yes, that will obviously be on PlayStation 4. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
No way.
You know, varied modes or whatever. We'll see what happens once we start playing if people have recommended modes that they'd like to play over others, okay? The next game would be Doom. Doom multiplayer, and that will be on the PlayStation 4. That's the version of the game that I have. And again, that's something I could set up a private lobby. I could probably do like 5-on-5, or I forget again if the limit's 5-on-5 or 6-on-6 of that game. I think it's 5-on-5. And again, potential to have up to 9 other people in the lobby with me while I play sessions of that game.
They're giving him money, for starters, and he's like, well, I gotta have everything that I have. Me. It's not appreciating anyone. He's not going out of his way at all in this. The only people that are going out of their way would be the fans, because they have to have a PS4. They have to have the games he lists. They have to. I think there's only two. They have to be there at the time that he sets up. They have to be ready when he's ready. Like, the only thing that he gets to do is count. Look at how many people are doing it and hit invite. How? Oh, boo-hoo. That's such hard work for you, Phil. I feel for you, dude. I mean, honestly, at first I was like thinking, maybe, he should just kind of he should just not do this. This goal is garbage already. It's
okay. And then the last game, at least for now, alright, if something changes, if a game that has a major multiplayer component releases between now and when this event happens, I may add it. But for now, the final game that I really want to kind of add to it as a confirmed game is Overwatch. And I know a lot of people were like, well, Phil, are you even getting Overwatch? I said, you know what? Since this event is going to happen, okay, since this is a major chance for people who've always wanted to play with me and haven't had a chance to do multiplayer with me to do it, then yes, I will buy Overwatch on the PlayStation 4, if not to play 1 or 2 sessions on launch week, specifically just for this event, okay?
Dude, I think anything... Look, this is what he did. He had to pre-order Overwatch, right, to get to the beta. In order to get the beta, you had... I mean, they did an open beta, obviously, but they did an early beta for those who pre-ordered the game. He pre-ordered the game, and knowing him, he probably... I wouldn't put it past him if he pre-ordered it digitally, where he had to put $60 down. So he probably decided he was gonna get Overwatch. He's gonna have to get Overwatch regardless. So he's saying this like, see, look, guys, I had to go out of my way to buy this game for you. That's how much I care. No. He's trying to make his payment of Overwatch work. So I wouldn't really even put it past him if this whole goal was for him to justify buying Overwatch, or so he doesn't feel like he wasted $60, which he did. I just have a hunch that's what triggered this. Just a hunch.
4 games: Street Fighter V, Uncharted 4, Doom, and Overwatch. Unless, like I said, another game with a major multiplayer component comes out between now and then. I'm looking at my calendar. I don't see one. That doesn't mean that it might not happen. All right.
Take a sip. Take a sippy.
So how does it work? Here's how it works. Pledge, go to patreon.com/DarksidePhil. If you want to be in on this event that's coming up in late June, early July, you want to do multiplayer with me, $5. It's a $5 pledge for this month. If we hit the goal of $1,250 for overall funding of between everyone who pledges this month, okay, then this event will happen. And what I'll do is I'll put up a thread or excuse me, a thread, a forum thread on the KingOfHate.com forums. Everyone who pledges $5 gets premium forum access. We'll get everyone set up in early June with that. And then you'll start posting up and say, hi, I was a $5 pledge for the month of May, and I would like to play this game with Phil. Now, for all intents and purposes, since unfortunately we know what's going to happen, you're going to have people who are like, well, I want to play all 4 games. Well, yeah, but what about if there's 30, 40 people who pledge, right? And we got to get them all into a 1 to 2 day event. That's not fair to demand that you play all the games. So I'll say, pick the top 2 games out of the 4 that if you own them, you'd like to play them with me. Okay? And post it up in this thread on the KingOfHate.com forums. Once you do that, by the end of June, what I'll be able to do is go through there and say, okay, here's all the people who posted up, and here's what they want to play, and I'll be able to prioritize and basically make a spreadsheet based off of the postings, okay? And I'll get everyone's PSN names and everything involved so that I can invite people to my private matches at this event. Now, like I said, the amount of days and the length of the event will be directly dependent on how many people pledge. If only 15, 20 people pledge, more than likely that's only going to be 1 day, because you figure I play every game for about an hour and a half to 2 hours tops. And that's enough to get everyone into the games, for those sessions. If we get an overwhelming amount of people who are interested in doing this event, like let's say we get 30, 40, 50 people, then I'll say, okay, you know what? It's the summer anyway. I'll take 2 days back to back, and we'll split the days. First half of day 1 will be Street Fighter V. Second half of day 1 will be Overwatch, and the same, next day, first half will be Uncharted, and second half will be Doom, however we need to do it, okay? It's directly dependent on how many people pledge and are involved in the event. Now, you might say to yourself, but Phil, you always done fan appreciation completely for free. Why are you doing it this way? Well, it's quite honest. Be quite honest with everyone. I don't think that doing fan appreciation for free really works anymore. Unfortunately, these online services have become too troll friendly. It's far too easy for these people to.
So I just don't get this though. If the online services are troll friendly, if whatever, how does Patreon change that? This doesn't make any sense, because what he should have done is keep it for free, saying, hey, I'm gonna do fan appreciation on Friday, let's say. Everyone who wants to be part of it, go to the King of Hate forums right now, post your gamer tag, and I'll add you to my private lobby, and we'll have a private lobby, just fans versus fans, all this kind of shit, and we'll do it there. And the people who are on the King of Hate forums first, I'll go with the first come first serve basis. So, and if people can make it, I'll replace it. If there's trolls, I'll kick them and bring someone else from that list in. Whatever. See how that works? See, it works. But now he wants money. So the idea that he's trying to say that this is going to weed out the trolls, that he thinks, oh, trolls won't pay money for this. Trolls aren't Patreon supporters. Well, unfortunately, I kind of found out a few months ago that dipshit Phil, that YouTuber, I think, rumor has it, is a Patreon supporter. I have no ill will with dipshit Phil, but I think he is a Patreon supporter. See what I'm getting at? You can't just assume trolls won't pay money, and if it's only $5 as an entry fee, trolls will be willing to give him the $5. Now, obviously he's going to say, because I did watch this before, that, well, if you're a troll, I'm going to kick you when I keep your $5. But that troll could also report you to Patreon. There you go, that could happen. But I doubt Patreon's gonna give a shit. I bet they're like, well, you did say that, do this, and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's
auto get themselves into my games. If you haven't noticed, a lot of times I'll make a private, or not really make a private game, I'll just make a game, a lobby, and immediately 100 fucking people join, and they're trolling and doing, because whatever reason, the consoles with the social aspect and matchmaking and all that took a step back this console generation. When I was on Xbox 360, I could easily create a private party, I could easily create a private lobby in any game, and I could just specifically invite the people that I wanted through people who were sending me, messages over Xbox Live, and I could set it up like this. And that's why fan appreciation multiplayer was so easy last console generation. This generation, it's a nightmare. I'm going to have to manually invite every single person. I'm going to have to try to kick trolls. It's a nightmare. I don't know why the fuck it's done like this anymore. Why? It's a major step back.
But you do have to manually invite people on the old consoles. I had to manually invite people to parties. You can't make a private party. Oh my god, what a fucking
in
idiot.
my opinion. Okay? So, doing it this way,
fucking
with basically a patron screening, will
Patrons-
weed out all of the
oh,
assholes.
well.
We want, when you go to play with me during this event, you'll know, wow, I'm going to get quality gameplay with Phil. There
Quality
won't be some
gameplay
dick
with
who's on
Phil.
our team running around shooting at the sky and dancing in front of Phil and trying to be a nuisance because no one's going to pay money just to do that. You know what I mean? And if they do, the joke's on them because they're still going to get booted from the fucking game and then they lose their money. So that's the bottom line, is people who want to legitimately play multiplayer with me in the latest game releases, this is your opportunity to do it troll-free through this screening process. And I wish it didn't come to this. I mean, how many years have I done multiplayer where I could just do it and I didn't have this issue? But if anything, that last session where I was really trying to play different games and you saw that shit happen, I have to do it this way. Okay? Now,
I thought trolling gave you views, dude.
we'll talk more specifics about games and stuff as we get close. Some people might say, well, Phil, in Street Fighter V, how many games am I going to get against you in that? We're going to get to the specifics of that as we get closer to the event and once we see how many people have qualified for it. So, again, if we hit the goal level for May, people will start to be upgraded. Once we get everyone upgraded and talking about this event on the KingofHate.com forums and we have an idea of how many people are involved, then we can say, okay, well, look, there was only maybe 10 people involved for Street Fighter V. Hell, I'll play a big set, best of 5 or something with everyone. Or maybe we'll do several sets. Maybe I'll set up a lobby where we all rotate and play each other. I don't know. It all depends on how it goes. Keep in mind, this is the very first time I'm ever doing an event like this. And I just want to say this. There are people who do this on Patreon all the time. A lot of people will go, oh, now Phil's charging for something that's always been free. Not the case, because I've never had a controlled environment fan appreciation. It's always been, well, everyone just gets willy-nilly, might get in, might not get in. And this
the only thing that some patrons would do would be to have, like, premium access, where, like, they will say, I'm doing a fan appreciation. If you want a reserved spot, put your name here, pay me like $5, then you'll get your specific spot, so you get your own spot while everyone else can get in, but they have to, but once it's full, it's, they can't get in. But we'll have like 3 spots for 3 people and all that. It could have been a perk on Patreon, which would have made more sense because this is just dumb. This is just dumb. Everything DSP does is dumb. Apparently, that's his gimmick. Stupidity.
If you pledge and when the event happens, you will get in guaranteed because I'm taking all the time needed for everyone to get a match in. That's way different than it's been previous times. And we're going to have the troll element eliminated. It's basically a streamlined, better multiplayer experience with me. Okay? That's why we're doing it this way. It's not the same as the previous one. So, anyone right now, I'm already preemptively countering your bullshit. So, but Phil's charging for multiplayer. Wrong. I'm doing a special event for people who...
Wrong! You're just paying me money so you can play games with... Fuck, like... What?
Wanted to play multiplayer with me in games, haven't had the opportunity because of trolling or because so many people try to play, they don't ever get in. This is going to be a controlled environment where you're guaranteed to get in and play with me and have a good time. That's what this event is, not those previous chaotic multiplayer sessions that I tried to do. It's a different experience. It's going to be much better than the previous ones, and that's why it needs to be controlled through a patron screen to get to this event. Okay?
Dude, he's like the fucking TSA, dude. He is like the goddamn TSA. Jesus.
Lots of people already do events like this with Patreon. I'm certainly not the first one. In fact, I'll be honest with you. I got the idea from someone else.
Who?
This is how they do it, okay?
Who?
And they're very successful.
Who?
So again, Phil's doing it. I can't believe he would do that. Other people do it, and everyone's fine with that. So fuck you again if you're gonna be a dick to me and say,
who are these people?
That's bullshit. No.
Who are these people? If you said it's this person, if I go, he's like, I guarantee, he got it from like a famous YouTuber. Let's just say it was Markiplier. Okay, let's say Markiplier, whatever. We're gonna merge PewDiePie with Markiplier for this joke. He saw their Patreon, and the Patreon might have said that you'll have to pay $5 to get spots in this multiplayer fan appreciation session. But that's only for a certain amount of people because they have to leave room for everyone else to get in for free. So everybody looked at that, ignored the whole thing about spots, and said, I should do that for the entire multiplayer. And that's where this idea came from. So he took this is a small little piece of this guy's idea and then made it the entire thing. So that's probably what happened. That's probably how this idea happened besides the Overwatch thing. But there you go.
No, the bullshit's on you, because I've been trying to do it for free, and it hasn't worked. The past few times I've tried to do stuff interactive with viewers,
his fans for what trolls
hasn't
do.
worked because these idiots just try to get into everything. Now they won't be able to. That'll be the end of that nonsense. Okay?
He always punches his fans.
So that's that. That's the event. The event is Street Fighter V, Overwatch, Uncharted 4, and Doom. Obviously, yes, all on the PlayStation 4. Multiplayer with me. Guaranteed, if we hit the goal level for the month of May, $1,250, and you pledge $5 or more, you can play these games with me during a 1 to 2 day long multiplayer event. However long I need to take to do it, I will take to do it. That will take place in late June or early July. And I'm really excited about it because I think it's going to be the best multiplayer event I've ever done. Because I finally get to control the environment. I'm finally kind of taking a step up and saying I have to understand I need to have a screening procedure, all right? I know there's people out there who are going to be disappointed because you don't have a lot of money and you can't pledge to my Patreon. Don't worry. This is not the absolute end-all and be-all of multiplayer. In the future, I may do more open multiplayer. Unfortunately, you see what happens when I do it, okay? When I do it, there's no guarantee you're ever going to get in. But this is a special thing.
It'll be the end-all, be-all if this works. There you go. If this... Which it will, because his fans are fucking suckers. I'm sorry, I really tried so hard to give DSP fans the benefit of the doubt. I really, like, just, with the Blizzard Marathon, that was kind of like the last straw. This is, at this point, beyond that. Where if this does reach the goal, I'll say this right now to you DSP fans who are watching this video. If you're a DSP fan, you contributed to this goal and made it succeed. You're a goddamn idiot. I'm sorry to say that to you. You might need to go back to school and learn how to save your money and learn how to use it, because this is a scam. This is a con artist. He's trying to get you to pay stuff for something that was free. Just because he says it's not behind a paywall doesn't mean it's not behind a paywall. Wake up. This is a scam. And if you fall for this, you're openly willing to let DSP's dick into your wallet. You love DSP's dick inside your wallet. Just why? Why are you doing this to yourself? If you want to donate to other Patreon goals of his, feel free. Any others. But not this. Please, not this. Stand up for yourselves, DSP fans. This is my motivational speech to you. Stand up for yourselves. Don't let this guy take your money for nothing.
Because I'm trying something different on Patreon. Now, if this doesn't work, what if we don't hit the funding level this month? Well, then I know there's not enough interest in a multiplayer event like this for it to happen. So I'll know in the future, don't do something like this again. But it could be the flip side. It could end up being overwhelmingly popular. And people, wow, I finally get to play with Phil after years of me trying to never getting in. I want to do that. And maybe people will have the first opportunity to have a good experience playing games with me. And, we'll go from there. Maybe this will expand to do other stuff as well. Okay?
Okay.
And by the way...
Yes,
I will be setting up to have voice chat activated during this event. So if you're all playing multiplayer with me during this event, you can actually talk to me over, PlayStation Network chat or whatever. I'll have my microphone working. I know that was been an issue. A lot of people, when I go to do the multiplayer, they say, well, Phil has his mic off because he doesn't want to avoid trolling. Well, these are people who've been screened through Patreon. Of course, they're there to play and have fun and interact and not to be dicks. Okay? So, that's the idea.
I would love if someone
Let's see what people have to say. Let's see what people think. Okay? Let's see if it works.
This is the issue. If I'm a fan of someone, sometimes I want to be funny and be like, oh man, I'm gonna just do this joke and he's just gonna laugh. It's gonna be funny, and I do it, and then he kicks me because he thinks I'm trolling him. I would love to see the fallout of that, because he's probably gonna tell that guy, you're a troll, I know you're a troll, and then be like, I'm not a troll, and then just have this back and forth, and this has a good chance of backfiring in his face. And part of me also wants to have someone go in there on voice chat and be like, hey DSP, do you watch My Little Pony, and see his reactions, and then he's probably gonna kick him because he thinks he's a troll, when that person could just be asking a genuine question. There you go. I kind of want to just, whatever, fuck it.
If we hit the goal this month, great, thumbs up. and I'll go forward with the event. Hey, if we don't hit the goal, then hit the drawing board, and I'll try something different next month. Maybe I'll go back to an older thing. You know, a lot of people say, "Why does Phil do another Patron's Choice?" Because I still haven't done. I haven't even gotten through Persona 3. Persona 3 is going to probably end up being a game that's going to go throughout the entire summer because it's such a freaking long game. People are saying it's like twice as long as Persona 4. I don't know why people wanted me to play it then, because how long do you think it's going to take me to beat it?
Why doesn't he just play? He hasn't played it in like weeks. He should just play on the weekends. Every weekend, play Persona 3, but he does it so sporadically that of course it's going to take him forever to beat it. And then he's like, oh, I don't know why people want to see me beat it. I thought you'd take your time playing video games, Phil. I thought you took your time. But instead, you just want to rush through the games. You don't want to take your time.
But yeah, with all the new releases, I haven't even had a chance to play Persona 3 a lot recently. So I can't stack goals now. Oh, we're going to do Persona 3 and another Patron's Choice and another Patron's Choice. You know what I mean? So I'm doing something different outside the box from what I would normally do, but something that other YouTubers are doing on Patreon and are very successful with. So I'm hoping that this will work out for me as well.
Let's see. I'm curious saying how he's different, and now he's saying other people do it, so it's okay.
And look at, gee, for $5, I can actually play a dedicated session with Phil, and it's not going to have trolling, and it's going to be a controlled environment where we're going to actually have fun and be able to chat. That sounds good, you know? So let's see. I'm curious. All right, everyone. That is the explanation for the May 2016 Patreon goal. Let's see what happens. I'm going to update my Patreon page right now, so probably by the time you see this video, it'll already be updated, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. See you later, and hopefully a lot of you will check out on patreon.com/darksidephil and pledge to see if we can get this event going. All right. Thanks, everyone. Peace out.
What a fucking idiot. Fuck that. Fuck you, Phil. You're a piece of shit. Let's go on to the week in preview. I was kind of debating doing this because I don't think there's really much to talk about, but why not? At this point, why not? How about that? Why not?
Alright, what is going on, everybody? DSP here, and welcome to the Week in Preview. It is Sunday, May 15th, 2016, and you may say, wow, Phil's hair is looking nice and clean cut. It's because I actually just went and got a haircut earlier today after I finished my gameplay stream of playing Doom, which will continue this week.
Dude.
We got a lot to talk about continuing this week.
You got a haircut, dude. Okay. Since he's talking about his hair, look at my hair. Do you like it? It's like really brown, it's kind of fluffy. I gelled it recently. I gelled this morning, and like it's really nice. And I did get a haircut a few weeks ago, so totally, me and DSP are hair buds. Huh. Oh man, that was.
All I want to say is thank you for a great week. This past week has been amazing. Uncharted 4 and Doom, two of the best games I've played in quite a long time. Doom, surprisingly so. I didn't think Doom was going to be anywhere near as good as it actually is.
Same here.
And I'm just having a ton of fun playing these new games this past week.
Because every time they do,
I'm going to talk a little bit about this new week. I'm going to balance ongoing stuff with the new releases of this week in just a moment. I really don't have much to say in the realm of Patreon this week, besides the fact that I am in the works of planning out this Indies Marathon. If you don't know yet, the thread is live on the KOGaming.com forums, where patrons for the month of April who pledge $5 or more are nominating indie games for me to play in this upcoming marathon, which will either be the last week of this month or the first week of June. We'll see what happens.
Dude, he can have like a Patreon goal that said like, I'll sit in a chair and
go over there and nominate games. If you cannot nominate yet, the good news is tonight, I'm taking all the information that the patrons have sent me over the past month and
sorry, this is kind of a tangent, but I read on Dragon Killer who's thinking that, it's going to be a 4K TV would be his Patreon goal. I almost would much rather have him do that instead of this what he fucking proposed. I'm sorry, at least with the 4K TV, at least it's like straightforward and you get an idea. But like with this, it's just like he's sneaking in this kind of this scam with a front to it. It's just
sending it to the webmaster Onyx, and he should be upgrading everyone in the next day or two, so everyone should be able to nominate games, because in around a week to maybe a week and a half tops, I'm going to turn that into a poll where now the patrons will be voting and determining which games I'll be playing in the Indie Marathon. And let me tell you, if you can't see the thread, if you weren't a patron for April, wide variety of stuff that's been suggested. Some stuff from the past, like Terraria, some stuff that's recent, like Salted Sanctuary, some stuff that I've never even freaking heard of.
Please,
some people put up some survival horror style games
so
that are indie games. I'm very excited to see what the patrons pick, because every time I've done this, the things have been so different and varied. It's been a learning experience for me, and I cannot wait for this new Indie Marathon, okay? The one thing I will say before I get started with the schedule, I'm making a separate video from this week in preview, because this month, for the month of May, I'm setting up the patron goal tonight, all right? It's going to go live on Patreon tonight, patreon.com/DarksidePhil. It's something different. It's not a kind of goal I've done before, but it does relate to things I've done in the past before, and I'm changing the formula up on purpose for this reason. I don't want to go into any detail here in this video because this is the week in preview, but FYI, if you're interested in pledging this month, if you want to know what the Patreon goal is for this month, what everyone's pledging towards, please check out this individual video that I'm going to upload right here after I finish with the week in preview, so you'll see that later tonight here on the King of Hate vlogs, okay? Alright, fair enough. Without further ado, let's talk about this week.
I don't know if this guy's
As those of you know who've been following along this week, I am in the midst of
let me know if you want this guy to be a good guy or a bad guy in the comment section below.
I can't believe how good the game is. Like, I played the multiplayer beta, and I said, wow, this is like an old-school Smash-Mouth kind of game. It really is, like, hardcore. They cut out all the watered-down crap of the modern-day shooters. It really is kind of one of these Twitch shooters, and I like it. I think it's really fun and interesting and different because it went back to the roots of competitive first-person shooters rather than all the crap that they've now watered down the series with over the years for these more modern gamers. Okay, I really like the multiplayer, and then I started playing the campaign. Oh my god, the campaign of Doom is like a modernized version of classic Doom from the 1990s. All the enemies return, most of your favorite weapons from that series now return, and by the way, the air conditioner turned on, that's what you're hearing. And it really is that the gameplay style is a throwback to classic Doom, so anyone who's played those classic FPS games of the 90s is going to absolutely love this game and this playthrough. I'm having a ton of fun with it, and I found out the campaign is huge. Like, I thought it was like 5 hours long. The campaign of this game is like 10 to 13 hours long. So right now, I believe I'm finishing up stage 8, and there's 13 in the game. So that means there's another, 4 or 5 stages left before I can beat Doom. So I need to keep playing that. But I also liked the multiplayer so much when I played it Friday night. I'm dying to play more multiplayer, and I want to do that as well. So this week, I'm going to try to balance Doom's campaign with some more multiplayer with the new releases, which we're going to discuss in a moment, alright? So tonight, Sunday night, I've already uploaded a batch of the new Doom campaign to DSP Gaming. No further gameplay tonight. Like I said, right now I'm doing the weekly preview, then I'm going to do a special patron goal video to explain to you what the goal is for this month over on patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And then I'm going to be doing patron stuff. I actually have to upgrade patrons. I have I believe two private Q&A videos I have to film tonight. So I've got a lot of work to do in regards to Patreon tonight. That's what I'm going to be doing. Tomorrow, Monday, my gameplay stream at noon Pacific time will be the continuation of Doom's campaign. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I'm not going to stream it, but I am going to do an offline session of Doom multiplayer gameplay, and that will be uploaded to DSP Gaming as well. So tomorrow, all about Doom, the final marathon day of Doom after a fun weekend in the game, okay? Now, I pretty much expect I'm not going to beat the campaign of Doom tomorrow, which means I'm going to need at least 1 to 2 more sessions to beat it, so allow me to explain how I'm planning on doing this. Tuesday, we've got a new game release, Homefront: The Revolution. Now, this is interesting because apparently it is a pseudo-sequel, or at least it's in the same realm as that game Homefront from years ago. If you remember, it was when, I believe it was the Koreans invaded America, and it was a what-if kind of historical military scenario.
It was kind of interesting in Homefront, but
I don't 100% remember the plot the whole way. If someone's going to say, oh, it wasn't the Koreans, it was this group or something, I don't remember, and I apologize because it was a long time ago. I just remember I liked the game. And it was a polarizing game for a lot of people. I actually thought that the single player was much better than the multiplayer of that game. I heard the whole formula's changed and the game's going to be way different, alright? That's going to be Tuesday. I'm going to be checking that out, okay? I'm going to be playing that on Wednesday as well. So I think Tuesday, Wednesday will probably be Homefront: The Revolution. And since I haven't beaten Doom yet, I'll probably maybe be balancing that with Doom with offline sessions at night, okay? Thursday of this week. Now, I know this is a weird day for this, but this is the day it's coming out. the first major DLC for Fallout 4 is being released. It's called Far Harbor. From all reports, this is the largest DLC ever for a Fallout game, including Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So you remember some of those DLCs were quite lengthy, right? Some of them, I believe, were like 6 to 7 hours long if you went and really searched and did all of the content of them. In this case, it's supposed to be even bigger. So I am stoked to play this. For those of you who are fans of my Fallout 4 playthrough back in late November, December 2015, this is going to be your cup of tea, because I'm going to be taking my time playing this daily, going through, searching the world, doing side content, and just re-immersing myself in the world of Fallout 4. If you remember, there have been 3 DLCs. One was the Automaton DLC, which had some story, but not a lot. It was very bare bones, 1 or 2 story snippets here or there. It was mostly about you building a robot companion, okay? I wasn't blown away by it. I thought it was okay, but it was very short, and I really thought that maybe, you know, I was looking for something better. I skipped the entire last DLC for Fallout 4 because all it was adding stuff that you could craft at the workbench, which, as you know, if you followed along my playthrough, I really didn't care about the workbench. Like, sure, it was a nice thing that they added in if you want to customize a house or whatever in the game. I was there for the narrative and the gameplay. I wasn't there for building my own, you know, house and world and stuff. So I didn't even play that last DLC because I really didn't care. I'm very excited for Far Harbor because finally it's the kind of DLC we're looking for from Fallout 4, right? Especially if you're a longtime fan like me, you played Fallout 3 in New Vegas. This is what we're craving, this kind of DLC. So I hope, even though it's been a long time since I've done, you know, any kind of coverage of Fallout 4, that you'll come back and check out Far Harbor later this week, because that's my focus for the later half of the week. It's going to be Far Harbor with a little bit more home front, pretty much for the rest of the week, through the weekend until we hit next week, okay?
Best design, best everything.
So, if you didn't notice, I mentioned a ton of gameplay. Doom, both single-player and multiplayer, Homefront: The Revolution, and Fallout 4 Far Harbor. I'm not really mentioning any kind of vlogging or anything like that. And if you've been watching all my stuff this year, you noticed that earlier this year, January, February, March, I did a lot more vlogging than I ever did before. I was doing react videos, and I was doing impressions, and I was doing this and that, to all kinds of stuff. Movies, pop culture, news items. And if you notice, that kind of has been cut back upon recently. It certainly wasn't intentionally. It wasn't like, man, I don't like doing it. No, I like doing the vlogging. And if anything, I had a massively positive response in the past several months that I was doing it to the increase in vlogging. The problem...
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with this. At the beginning of the year, I was convinced he was going to prove me wrong. But he's not. He's been proving me right. But he's cutting back on everything. He started doing vlogging. He can't really have time to do vlogging, which is, I don't believe, because when you look at his vlogs, they're very, very bare bones. It's like he's trying to, like, I don't get how what time it takes. Like, the thumbnails are lazy. Is this him talking in front of the screen? He might have to find some images, but like those are very few images that he puts up. It's so lazy, and he's like, I don't have time. Like, okay.
It's been so release heavy recently, and
release heavy. 2 games, Uncharted 4 and Doom, were the only 2 games that came out in May so far that he was like really like pumped up for, and now he's like, well, it's too release heavy, and it's like, dude, you're just releasing 1 video of just a fucking vlog. Ugh.
To play games that I want to check out, that I haven't really had, outside of me maybe reviewing a game or doing like a first impressions of something, I haven't really had much time at all to vlog. The last vlog I did was a week ago. It was my reaction to Captain America Civil War. Vlog. And besides that, I haven't really had a chance to do anything for a long time. And I realized that, okay? You know, I said earlier this year I was changing up my formula, and I did, and then all of a sudden for the past month and a half, it's kind of gone back to gameplay. That's going to change soon. If you actually look at June, and especially this summer, okay? This summer, things are going to slow down to a crawl because there's like nothing going on gameplay-wise when it comes to releases. So I'm going to be balancing things such as, you know, playthroughs with, maybe I'll start doing countdowns for KOGaming, which I know I said I wanted to do, because I've been so busy, there's no chance for me to do them. That will be the time when I can actually try to do stuff like that.
That's the other thing I just realized. He stopped bringing it up. He stopped talking about KOGaming. He uploaded a review of Uncharted 4, and he hasn't talked about it in this video. He could have said, I have an Uncharted... He Stop talking about about KOGaming. KOGaming's gonna die. R.I.P. Jesus fuck, Phil. You have
Top 10, my top 10 most hated bosses in all the games that I've played since I've been on YouTube. What are my top 5 favorite fighters in fighting games? You know, stuff like that. I could definitely do stuff like that, and I just need to get to it. So hopefully this summer, right? Also, you know, like I said, vlogging, I can increase that. There's been tons of things that I could have done reaction vlogs to. The Assassin's Creed movie trailer, right? Haven't had a chance to even see it. I'm not even kidding you. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm so busy here with just playing the games that are new and uploading and following the business, and then, you know, all the stuff in my personal life outside of it. I don't have time to sit down and just like relax a little bit and get caught up with everything that's been going on.
I thought that movie was boring. I fell asleep in it. I watched The Hateful Eight, which was 3 hours long, and I was able to stay up.
We have to get through the next month or so when it's going to be super heavy amount of releases. Okay. Update regarding a movie I was going to see, which I've been mentioning a little bit on and off here. Originally, I was going to go see X-Men Apocalypse.
See, this could be a vlog.
In the theaters, but I've now heard so much negative stuff about this movie. People who've seen advanced screenings are saying the movie is a convoluted mess. There's far too many X-Men in it. None of them are really given backstory. They're just thrown out there to fight with each other. And really, the movie just ends up being a jumble. And that's actually what I was afraid of when I was watching all the trailers for this movie. First of all, Apocalypse looks terrible. He always has looked terrible. I think the design for the character, they really messed it up. They could have done a better job. Having all these people, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, but it's going to be Psylocke. Olivia Munn is Psylocke and all this. All those characters and stuff. I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt, but being that I know how expensive it is to see movies these days, like I just went to see Captain America Civil War and dropped over $50 between the tickets and just snacks there. It's ridiculous. I know how expensive this shit is.
Newsroom?
I don't think I'm going to see X-Men Apocalypse in theaters, so I don't think I'm going to be doing a reactions vlog because I'm not going to see it. I might just wait for it to go on demand and do it that way, okay? But the flip side of this, let's say coming up in the summer, things slow down, there's not a lot of game releases. If I watch a movie on demand, like I just watched The Revenant, and man, that was a crazy fucking movie. Like, it was visceral as hell, but it was good. And I talked a little bit about it on social media. That's the kind of thing. If I watch a movie on demand and I want to talk about it, I'll do a vlog about it, okay? That's the kind of stuff you can expect coming up as things slow down with game releases. It's been kind of almost like the second hardcore gaming season. You know what I mean? Like, it's been so many releases in the past 2 months, I haven't had a chance to breathe. But I think coming up, after about a month here, I'll finally get a chance to slow down a little bit and start working on the other stuff. All right. So that's pretty much it. The weekend preview is the Doom campaign, Doom multiplayer, Homefront the Revolution balanced with Doom, Fallout Far Harbor balanced with Homefront, and then during the weekend we'll see how far I've gotten in all those releases. Until next week releases, which there's 2 next week, Overwatch and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll talk more about those next weekend. All right? That's it for the weekend preview, everyone. I want to thank you very much for everyone checking out all the new game coverage and stuff that I did in the past week. Next week should be fun too, so hopefully you'll check out all this new stuff I just mentioned. Without further ado, I promised you this last week, and apologies I didn't have it for you last week. Thank you to the following patrons from the month of April who made the upcoming Indie Games Marathon possible. Please check out the upcoming patron goal announcement video.
No, we're done here. So yeah, that's it. That was 47 minutes. That's not bad. I thought it'd be longer. So yeah, I did record 2 videos. One was on our pre-stream, and this is the second. On both the Patreon shit and this shit. So, thanks for watching. And again, I said this in the other video, but if you sat through my drunken endure of Ask the King, you're welcome. But thanks for watching, seriously. It was kind of a blast. I kind of enjoyed doing that kind of video because it was kind of cool sitting on my sofa, listening to Phil talk, and hearing his question, that kind of shit. That was a lot of fun. I did enjoy that, genuinely. So I wouldn't say that's the end, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it drunk again because that was just fucking rough. But who's to say? Who's to say? The future is unknown. But I don't know. I don't know yet. Things are changing in my life. Things are moving in a path I'm excited for. There you go. If DSP is still making nonsense videos, there will always be a nonsense Theo videos video. If you want to know what's going on my main channel, I am gonna be recording on some videos. I thought I was gonna do one today, but obviously that's not the plan anymore because this took longer than expected. but I will be recording a video tomorrow about some stuff happening in Rooster Teeth, because some drama shit happened, and kind of want to give my opinion on that because I don't want my Ruby review to be longer for that, so I'm gonna put that in a separate video. Thanks for watching this video, and if you want to subscribe to this channel, feel free. If you want to subscribe to my main channel, I'll put the link in the description below on my latest video on that channel, so you can enjoy that video while you wait for other videos, etc., etc. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you want this guy to be a good guy, comment hell yeah. If you want me to be a bad guy, say hell no. I changed it to hell no. So there you go. Hell yeah, good guy. Hell no, bad guy. There you go. There you go. There's the options. Whichever gets the most, this guy will become. So there you go. Have fun with the rest of your day, and thanks for watching this video. See you next.